5, 4, 3, 2.
Tier 1 performance.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of In and Out Talks. I'm here with Blake Ledoux from the Army. Blake, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, Blake Ledoux, obviously. Went to Army West Point, played a little ball there, and now I just do Army stuff.
Yeah, so tell us, I know that you grew up in Kingwood and you were my teammate as a freshman, right? Freshman on varsity. And I was a senior, and I remember playing with you, and I was like, actually not even playing with you. I remember seeing you play in the scrimmage because I was in basketball.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing you play against like Oak Ridge or somebody, and you had your first high school hit on varsity, and I was like, this kid's probably D1 bound if he doesn't mess up, right? So go ahead and explain to us like your whole entire recruiting process throughout high school.
Yeah, so with recruiting process and everything, obviously with baseball, varsity kind of helped me a lot with recruiting. As you probably know, my stature is 5'9", 5'10", depending whatever.
I mean, we can't tell on the chair, but like, that's fine.
You know, I'll expose myself for that.
Yeah.
I mean, out of high school, probably freshman, sophomore year, it was kind of making a little buzz, not very much.
But you were my second baseman.
Yeah, I played second base.
So yeah, you were not even a catcher then, right?
No. I transferred to catcher later in college, but
I found this on the web.
Oops.
And so I didn't really get many looks out of high school. A little bit here and there. I had a couple schools. Found my way through to junior college before West Point, and then
What junior college you go to?
I went to Alvin.
How'd you like that?
JUCO Bandit. It's a lifestyle.
It's different, huh? It's not for the weak.
No, it's not. It's the Wild West, as you can say. It's fun. You hate it when you're there. You love it when you're gone. You miss it when you're gone too. But like those guys from junior college, I still talk to all the time.
Were y'all close as a team?
I wouldn't say close because everyone had one mission, and that was to
Right.
get to the next level at junior
Keep
college.
playing.
So it's like, yeah, you're playing as a team in junior college. You want to win. You want to succeed. But then also in the back of your mind, you're kind of like, I also got to perform to get to that next level, to get to D1, D2, whatever you want to go to, or if you want to make it to the pros with some of those other guys that are trying to go out of college. I did that for a year before West Point, and then did my 4 years at West Point.
Man, so how did the Army even come into play?
So what happened was when I was getting recruited to Boston College, BC.
Foster, huh?
Yeah, good old Jimbo Foster.
He's not doing too hot right now, but yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah, no, later. But so I was getting recruited there. Realized financially, even with a scholarship, wasn't able to afford it. Told him no, I couldn't do it. And then looked at a couple other schools. And then he came in kind of last minute around October, my senior year of high school, which is very late for West Point. And was like, hey, you got to come up to West Point. You got to come look at it. It's beautiful. It's everything.
This was his first year, right?
This was his second. He was in the middle of his first year.
Foster's middle of his first year.
Middle of his first year. And then so I quickly Googled West Point and Army and all that stuff. And I was like, first thing I thought of was like, they are terrible at NCAA football. That was my first idea. I was like, I always played against them in NCAA football. But I was like, dang. And so I was like, screw it. We're going to go up there. It's going to be a free visit, whatever.
It's a beautiful campus, though.
Oh, dude, it's awesome.
Unreal.
It is unreal. I used to always get in trouble with boot camp by looking around. I'd never seen mountains or anything like that.
Never been in like 70-degree weather where it's just perfect all the time.
No, saw it, loved it. I loved what West Point was about. Kind of told my dad at the time, as we were talking, he's like, if you can get into school, you gotta go. Like he's kept on saying you gotta go. And talking to other people, I talked to old grads that I called that was in my town. about West Point, and kind of made it as like a business decision. Like if I can get into West Point, it can set me up even if baseball doesn't work out. I'm trying to play my percentage, like a little bit of poker right there. Good degree. Baseball's only short. Your degree lasts forever.
Sure.
And then, so I applied everything. Didn't actually get into West Point out of high school. I got denied. I think they said it was like late recruiting. Probably didn't help. That didn't do too hot in high school. Wasn't too bad. But I didn't have like those honors classes. So then I went to junior college. They told me I had to get straight A's over in junior college. Did junior college for a year. Played pretty decent. Said they still wanted me. Tried again earlier, the application starting around August, and then I was accepted later that year.
Oh, wow.
So it was a little detour, JUCO detour there before. But
It was already pretty much set in stone, huh?
It was like I had to redo the whole application process.
But as far as your spot, like they wanted you to be
yeah,
there.
they wanted me to be there. They wanted me to be there. But starting the application takes a couple months to do. So
you have to go through boot camp before you actually step foot on.
yeah, no, you gotta go around. I think it was like 6 to 7 week boot camp. I mean, it's a little dumbed down than the what the regular boot camp is, because our boot camp there is like the whole premises of West Point and Army is the Leadership Academy, and so everyone, like all your like squad leaders, PLs, PSGs, they're all cadets, because they're learning to lead, and they're trying to learn to lead by teaching you. So it's kind of a way that it's like a stepping stone. So like every year you learn to lead. So all those cadets there were juniors and seniors. I was like, I'm a year late to college.
Yeah.
I'm a year behind. I'm like, you're my same age. I was like,
I don't take orders well.
I was like, no, I took orders well, but like I'm like, you're young for a grade. All right, let's do it. It's too easy. Wasn't too bad.
I mean, how'd you like going through boot camp? And then how'd you like playing baseball there?
Boot camp was actually like never been an Army background, no Army like family or anything. So it was like it's a whole new world for me. I felt like I was on a learning curve, because some of those cadets there, they're all gung ho, they're all pro military. They all know all this.
This was their
military.
dream from the beginning. You
Huh?
know? It was their dream from the beginning.
Oh, from the beginning.
Yeah.
I feel bad. Mine popped up last second. Yeah.
They recruit.
Yeah. So I'll go in about what they think about athletes later, but
Can only imagine.
yeah, no, it's tough. And yeah, it was fun. Like being able, like I've always shot like a rifle and everything, shooting your weapon and all there. That was fun. Got to experience like calling for fire down range. Got to do like tank simulations and live out in the woods for a little bit. Getting away from your phone and social media wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
That only took about a week, and I just forgot about it.
Really? Oh, wow. You're part of that generation who loves their phone.
I know.
My brother was a huge addict for his phone, but like honestly now he doesn't. With work, he is not on his phone nearly enough. Honestly, it's kind of scary how much he's not on his phone. Like if there was an emergency, my brother's definitely not picking up the phone. He's gonna find out an hour later and then be like, "Why didn't no one keep calling me?"
Exactly.
Yeah. So you know, it happens. But what was it like playing under? You were with Foster for 4 years, right?
All 4 years.
All
He
4
left
years.
after my senior year.
What was that like? Playing in the Army, playing for Foster, and then like you know the ups and downs that you had.
Well, I'll say like playing for West Point was probably easily one of the toughest things, because your most precious possession at West Point is your time.
Yeah.
You're already taking, like my freshman year, I was taking 20, 21, 22 hours. Fall, spring, and then you're taking a lot of hours.
That's crazy.
On top of that, you have your practice. On top of that, you have your homework at night, and then you go to bed. So it's an endless cycle where you got to sneak in naps during the days. Yeah, my fall semester was like 20, 21 hours.
I did 21 hours my senior year, my last semester, and I barely made it. Like that was I can't imagine doing that over and over and over again for 4 years.
Well, yeah. So what they kind of do there at West Point is they front load you a lot to see how dedicated you are, and then after your first 2 years, you can pick to leave West Point or stay. And if you stay at West Point, you commit to your 2 years at West Point and your 5 years in the Army, and then you owe back and then if you leave or get kicked out or anything like that after your sophomore year, you have to owe, I think it's like $500,000 or something like that to the school.
I'll be so dedicated.
It's probably less, but it's around. It's very hefty fine. So the front load's really heavy to see how dedicated you are, if you can work through it and everything like that.
That's insane.
Yeah, but baseball, it took some adjustment freshman year because you're so bogged down with learning the military,
Yeah.
getting crushed by academics, and then you have your baseball practice, and now you're learning the game still speeds up in college.
Yeah.
No matter what level you're at, it's going to speed up. It's sped up more than junior college. So you're learning, getting adjusted to that, sleep cycles. And so you just kind of, your freshman year, you don't know where you are, really. You're just kind of going through the motions a little bit. But overall,
this is when you transition to being a catcher?
Yeah, this is the same time I transitioned to be a catcher.
So you were doing everything was new.
Yeah, a lot of it was new. And I caught a little bit in junior college just to give our catcher a break. That was just, I caught because I was athletic. And so I was like, and Jim Foster, he's a catcher guru.
He is.
And so if you're not doing it right,
You're
gonna hear about it. So getting sped up, you're getting yelled at from both years, school and baseball. It was a
constant stress. I feel
it was stress. Kind of sleep deprived a little bit. You make for it on the weekends, and then potentially spring ball in the hotels and stuff like that. But it was fun. It was really fun. We got to play a bunch of cool places because everybody wants the military to come.
About to say, I played you.
Yeah,
I played you. Where were we in? Stetson, Florida.
Oh no, I wasn't there yet. I wasn't at West Point yet.
Oh, that's right. You were.
I was at junior college. When y'all played West Point, I was in junior college because
because the year I left, you or I played you in Army.
Yeah.
And did y'all beat them?
Dude, I don't know.
Well, I know we barely. Not to shit on the Army, but I remember we were beating them so bad. We put in like a bunch of relievers, and then y'all started coming back. I had already been taken out of the game. I was like,
okay.
I was like 3 or 3. This was like crazy. I was like, usually I'm never taken out of the game, especially preseason. We got taken out of the game, and I don't know. My coach is just eating this up because Jim Foster, he was the assistant for Jim Foster.
Oh yeah.
Serrato was, and so we're going in, and I'm like, I'm just waiting for this game to end. It's like 9-3 or something like that. Next thing you know, like pitchers start doing walks, and it's like
classic.
Bases loaded, 9-4, 9-5, 9-6. Oh, we get our first out. Change pitcher, 9-7, and then our coach is freaking out, and we won 9-8 with like bases loaded. Like it was something. It was honestly something ridiculous, like pass ball third strike.
Yeah, just like
and like
don't
tying
wanna
runs
close the ball
right.
game.
Something crazy. Like where I was like, all of a sudden we went from like this is gonna be a nice drive back to the hotel to like. Oh, we might actually not be allowed to do anything at the hotel after that.
Can't look at your phone.
Yeah, can't look at the phone. Headphones off. Everyone's straight.
Everyone's straight.
No one better be laughing.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, we've had those things. I remember we drove back. We had lost to a team we were supposed to be in conference. I don't even remember the freaking team. Might have been like Fordham or something, but we needed to really take that serious, and we lost the series. Like, it was like St. Bonaventure. No, it wasn't. It was somebody crazy. It was somebody like
North team too.
You played them also?
Was it a North team?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because usually they go down to Florida because we can't play up there.
This was like in conference. So I think it might have been like I think it was Fordham because it was a 3 or 4 hour drive back, and I remember a bunch of the older guys were in the back like laughing, gambling with their meal money. You know what we do when we get like $60 to a college kid? That's like a fortune, right? So they're gambling around playing. I mean, this is fresh off getting our ass kicked. Like fresh off, and I remember like if the door is right here, like to get off the bus, go into the locker room, get changed. Our coach has the driver stop like short, and it just walks down the line and rips us all a new one. Just like, and I mean like my coach is a very like docile guy. He doesn't like to scream at all. He's nothing like Jim Foster. He's probably anti Jim Foster. Doesn't scream, doesn't get in anybody's ass. Like will talk to you sternly, like kind of like a fatherly figure would. But like, I mean when he gets mad, I was just like, oh shit, I've hardly seen this like Italian guy get red at me, like, and I mean he ripped. He's like, he's a fucking joke, like going in on us, and I was like, I'm still upset that I went 0 for 2, but yeah, I was like, no, it's not a joke. And I remember he threatened to actually run us, but I didn't think he was gonna do it. because we were all pretty much hurting from three games in a row. But he was like, "I'll have you come out right now and run triangle or foul poles or whatever for like days if you guys want to have all this energy to talk and be happy and shit." And so, then we were just like, "Coach, like you've never ever you've never gone above a 7." But it was like one of those times. I know you probably have plenty of those times.
Yeah, no, I share a lot of good memories with a bunch of teammates.
You did win some rings though.
Yeah, we won. We won every year that we could. So because we had COVID, so we didn't win that year, obviously. So I came out with 3 rings. So never lost a Patty League.
Yeah,
that's what we like to say. They're on 5 in a row right now. They're looking for 6.
So, think it'll be good this year?
I hope so. I mean, they lost a lot of older guys. I mean, we lost a lot of older guys too my year. But those last year guys, they really stepped up and took charge. They should be pretty deep in pitching this year.
Y'all had a couple pitchers get drafted, that's right.
This past year?
No. Over the course of, from what I remember.
Yeah, no, none of them. So it's a whole thing about being drafted. They're all like free agent signed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had a couple. They're not really playing. There's only one still playing when I was there. Jacob Hurtubise is outfielder. He plays for the Reds. He just got made I guess they just saw on Twitter that he's on the 40-man roster for the Reds.
Oh, wow.
So we're all pretty pumped up for that.
Oh, that's fast movement too.
Yeah, no, he graduated when I was a sophomore. So it is some time. It is some time down there, but I mean, he was up to AA, AAA, and he was floating around there.
Is he the real deal though?
He led the nation in stolen bags.
For when he played with you though?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
I think I'm like 1 for 20 on him.
You would have stolen back. That was something I'd love to see.
No. Throwing him out.
Oh, throwing him out.
Dude, he was so fast.
What do you run, like a 6'4" or something? 6'3"?
6'4". Consistent 6'4". He was.
Oh, like average 6'4".
Yeah, he's 6'4".
I was about to say my best was like a 6'4" 9".
No, yeah, he was
Unofficial, by the way.
Yeah, he was fast. But going back to like West Point playing ball, like everybody wanted to play Army. So every time, I wouldn't say Army, I should say military.
Of course.
Because then they always have military appreciation games. And we're all just like, dude, come on.
Come on, enough with the camo.
Thank you, but like...
We look forward to that shit, though.
Yeah, y'all look forward to the camo. We're like, we don't want to see the camo.
Yeah.
We already have to wear it every day to class.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, but it's always fun. Like those always bring out big crowds. Like playing LSU, playing Vandy, playing A&M. You always get cool flyovers. It's like a surreal experience and everything.
I was about to say, I still feel like at the end of the day, no matter who you play, whether it's SEC, ACC, Big 10, Big 12, PAC, whatever, you guys are still respected very much.
Yeah.
In the facility, because like you get teams like us, mid majors, East Coast, blue collar, whatever, coming down here trying to play with these Southern boys. And I mean, they'll just throw the book at us.
Yeah, we didn't get much talk to us. I guess the only talk we really got was like A&M because they have their Corps of Cadets, and the only people that were yelling was their Corps of Cadets at us.
Which
so
is
like
not
they're
a
like
big crowd compared to everyone else.
Yeah, no, they're like a lot of fans really respect us. It was really fun. Like they were really like playing LSU, like afterwards we went and had like a crawfish boil, like with them. Had some gumbo.
That's crazy.
It was fun, like standing ovations and stuff.
That's nice.
Like clapping because we just lost. So it was stuff like that. But yeah, no, LSU, I would say LSU is probably our favorite experience because that's when Cade Beloso was still there as a freshman.
That's right.
And then we were up 5-3 going in the ninth. About to do upset City.
And then they came all the way back.
Walk-off bomb, Cade Beloso.
I remember seeing that on ESPN. I was like, oh my God.
I remember seeing him in the airport in New Orleans.
Watching it.
We're just sitting there just like...
Y'all could have really stolen. Like, those are things I live for, though.
Oh, it was...
Beating those guys, like, that everyone knows, like, or expects. Even Vegas has odds for you to get your teeth kicked in.
Yeah, we're probably, what? Plus... 40,000
plus 4K, like going into the ninth, like
going into the ninth. But yeah, that was nuts with that packed crowd. And like I grew up as an LSU fan.
Right.
I was born in Baton Rouge.
Ledoux, last name, right?
Yeah, happens. And then my like old neighbor played for LSU too, so it was like a big like we saw a bunch of family friends. And
So that was your
like
dream school out the gate.
It was that or Texas, but like we all know that what we'd have. That's how I ended up at Army.
Yeah.
But no, that was a surreal experience. Like I remember like him rounding the bases or like him hitting the ball. I'm looking up. I'm like, oh, that's gone. So I started walking off and watching the video, and I just had to stop and like look around, realize what I was doing. I was like, oh my goodness. There's like 10,000 here just screaming.
Oh yeah.
And it was, even though we lost, it was so sick.
Oh, it's an unreal experience. Honestly, just like, you know, making a big play and then silencing the crowd when you're up. Mm-hmm. And then like next thing you know, it's like, wow, 10,000 people, it's dead quiet. What's going on? Like it's I live to silence crowds. Like a lot of people ask me like, oh, wouldn't you rather play at your home stadium where everyone's cheering you on? I was like, nah, I kind of like.
Because your home stadium has 10 people.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, you know, not everyone's coming up to Rhode Island to sit in the snow cold, you know, to watch us beat the crap out of somebody. I mean, sure, we have your occasional like clee chasers. We have our we have our parents that come and make time for their kids, and then, you know, we have like a couple friends, and then some fans, but like we definitely don't get 1,000 people. No. We don't even get close to 1,000. I don't even know if we can seat 1,000. Yeah. But like, you know, but it's cool. We go to like, you know, University of South Carolina, and we go and we play them and we beat them. And I'm just like, and then next thing you know, all these people are leaving. They're drunk. They're pissed off, screaming obscenities at us. You know, we're not respected. We're not in the military. So they're just letting loose. You know, like we have 5-year-olds calling us, not like racial slur, but like, you know, just screaming F you. Yeah. All over town. You know, you're just looking at them and like, hey, what is going on? Like, no, like this is it. Like they live for this stuff. We had people that would get, you know, their Tinder profiles, their Facebook, the Instagram. We would come in and we would have like a bunch of people from the school just like follow us. I don't know if everyone on the team would do that, but you know, like some people, like especially if they have the fraternities and the sports mingle together, and they go in, they're a big baseball school, they'll come in and they'll follow you and they'll like you, and then of course you're private because you're not dumb. Yeah. But like sometimes. It's a hot sorority girl, or if you really love watching them kind of mess with you or see what they want to do, you know, you accept, you know, and then like, you know, then they scan through your stuff, you know, they'll print stuff out, they'll find your parents' names, they'll find your girlfriend, they'll find your Twitter profile, everything, and then they'll just like relay it back to you on the field, and it's the funniest and greatest thing, and I love to silence that. I love to silence that.
Kind of like what we did in high school for your basketball games.
Yeah, basically. Well, y'all would actually travel with us, which is pretty cool. Man, I thought that was also another surreal experience. But like silencing a crowd that's not yours, and then next thing you know, you're the team winning, and you hear your dugout cheering in a stadium for 8,000 people. Like that's what happened in South Carolina when we beat them in the regional. We beat them 5-4, and we had like a URI chant going in their stadium. Oh, I mean, it was so bad. Like their coach got tossed when I was it was like my third AB. Like I'm hot. I'm one for two. I just knocked in like to bring us one run behind, and then my roommate hit a bomb, tied it up, and then someone else hit another hit, and now we're winning 5-4. And so like this umpire is doing a decent job. The coach is like. He knows they're struggling. They're struggling against our pitching, and they're struggling like to get us out right now. We're just hot. It's not like they're playing bad at all. But basically, he wanted to fire up his team. Yeah. Went out there,
fired up top.
Went out there, talked to his team, came back and started chewing out the umpire, kicked dirt, the whole 9 yards, got tossed. Whole crowd. All of a sudden, my ears just explode. Like I can't hear jack. Shit. Like I can't. Yeah. I was like everything's just loud. My coach trying to get my attention, and you know, I was like, this is arguably one of the biggest moments ever. I was like, I pray that I hit an absolute nuke right now, and I ended up walking. but you know, but it was so surreal having. I was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna get kicked out. I was like, we're on ESPN too. I was like. I'm about to go on TV, and he's about to get kicked out. I was like, this is great. Like, I hope someone's filming this for the love of God. And turns out people were, and it was pretty cool. And then we played.
On Snapchat.
Yeah, I was on Snapchat. I was on, the ESPN2 logo, like I hit a double or something, and like it's just me like on second base sucking wind because like I probably ran the fastest first to second base time of my life that time, you know, playing in those ugly gray uniforms. But we wore our worst uniforms when we were on at the highlight of our like my TV career.
Gray's never look good on really anybody unless they're like pins.
Yeah, dude, gray pinstripes. Honestly, y'all's black pinstripe. Did y'all have black pinstripe jerseys?
Yeah, no, we.
Or did y'all have black jerseys?
We had black with white
pinstripes.
Yeah,
I thought that was cool. That was absolutely cool.
Yeah, just black top pins. Yeah, bottom. That was like our go-to like sexy championship fit. Like,
I even loved that at K Park when we were black and white pants.
Yeah, and then the year after I graduated, they got actual black pinstripe ones, reverse pins, and I was so mad.
Yeah, they literally piggybacked off us.
Yeah, no, but it was tough going from. I mean, I hate talking about the glory days of K Park, but you know, like we had like 10 jerseys, and I go to Army, and we have the lower Nike jerseys, and we have like 2 of them, 3 of them, 1 hat.
Did you have a nice locker room?
Yeah, when it wasn't flooded with water.
Oh, well, that's true. My locker room was tiny. It wasn't a bad locker room. Like, yeah, I was in school when my team's locker room was going through phases. Mm-hmm. Like they're installing the wood floors, getting the wooden lockers and all that. But I never had that nice shit. I had a dented in metal locker from a senior who caved his head in because I beat him in tug of war. Mm. It was the scariest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, I love you, Derek, but like, that shit was crazy. But going in, talking about your career. Obviously, baseball doesn't last forever. What was it like realizing that you were done? Or when did you realize? Some people don't realize it until So
I realized when I kind of realized it in junior college that like I wasn't gonna go pro. I just kind of had that in my mind because I was over there because that's when we had J.C. Carrera, Carlos Carrera's little brother. Right. Seen him play and knew he was gonna get drafted or picked up. Had a couple other guys being picked up. Playing against Sanjak.
Yeah.
Where they got 11 draft picks on the other side. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna try to get the West Point.
We're here for the academics now.
Yeah, we're gonna get the West Point now. So I was very like real with myself. Some people say like it's like you're not chasing your dream, but I was like, if I'm going to a good academic school, that was the dream.
Yeah, maybe you are living the dream.
A good free academic school, like you can't
beat it.
Can't beat it at all.
Yeah, I mean,
can't beat it at all. So like that was kind of early on with that, and then, but I wasn't the type of person that was like, whatever I'm doing the best of my ability, and I'll try for it. Why I have it, because I know when it's gone, it's gone. And then I guess when the time kind of fell in, where were we? We were at Southern Miss was my last game against Kinshaw State. Kind of when my baseball career ended. I actually didn't cry.
Really?
No, my parents were crying.
Well, Britt.
You know my dad.
That's just gonna hit him hard. That's his blessed little boy, and he's never gonna see you dress up again. Yeah, I can see it.
Like, can't throw me another BP again, or anything like that.
I feel like your mom wouldn't cry though, but like.
Oh no, my mom was crying.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you know my mom.
Yeah.
My mom was crying. I was just kind of just like, because I was already like
checked out.
I wasn't checked out. But I already understood
you came to terms with it.
I came to terms with it early, like real early. But then, like obviously, I was upset, sad, kind of reminisced a little hard. But I was already like fully prepared myself to go to the next level, which is, I guess, Army. I had one mindset after that. I was already graduated from West Point. I was like, well, I guess.
So what'd you? Y'all don't do majors, or do y'all do majors?
Yeah, we do majors there.
So what'd you major in, and then what are you doing now?
So I majored in organizational psychology, which is kind of like...
That just sounds elite for some reason. Organizational psychology.
It's like psychology, but helping like running an organization, maintaining groups of people.
So OCD psychology.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, and just like how to work like a crowd of people, which it kind of benefits me with my job now as a platoon leader. I have 17, 18 soldiers now underneath me, trying to be in charge of them. So it was a blessing in disguise with my degree I got from there. I kind of see it a little bit of business degree because I had some business classes with some business people. So.
Oh really? Okay.
I felt like that would benefit me for the business world and everything like that. And I didn't want to do anything engineering because I didn't want to make West Point any harder than it already was.
That's fair. I mean, did y'all even have much of a social life?
No, I mean,
I can't imagine.
But
I also can.
So, like, you kind of had a social life if you wanted to. If you wanted to socialize, your grades were going to probably tank. Unless you're just a genius, which some of my friends, they can read a page once and be like, all right, cool, we're good. We're good for the test tomorrow. I'm like, dude, what? I was like, I'm going to be here for 3 more hours. He was like, all right, just call me if you need me. But you could have a social life if you wanted. I mean, I kind of kept my circle small. There at West Point, I had one focus, and that was just try to get through the academy, keep playing baseball, not only for myself, but for my parents. It made everyone proud doing that. I loved going in the spring and seeing friends, so I wanted to maintain that, keep the grades up as much as I could. But yeah, you could have a little bit of social life. Was mostly
okay.
More in the springtime.
I mean, I think it's kind of cool because at the end of the day, again, yeah, like you said, I don't want to talk about the glory days of Cape Heart, but out of all the people that I think in our high school, like just in our area, which is kind of crazy, our neighborhood area, you know, you got all these people that got drafted and went D1 in Kingwood itself, but like in a span of like 5 years, like just our school, I think we had like, at least over 5 people go D1, and then like, you know, several others go D2, JUCO, whatever. But I mean, like it's kind of lead, and I love that I'm right. That I was like, I knew this kid was gonna go D1. At the end of that, I was like, he has what it takes.
Took a detour for it.
Yeah, I mean, but D1 is D1 at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Whether you were on the team for a game and then got cut, got injured, or whatever, like you made it. There is. Now I'm not gonna say that like, you know, D2 schools or JUCO schools can't beat D1 schools because that's obviously not the case. That can definitely happen. There are plenty of good schools at different tiers that can beat it, but there is a tier in and of itself of most Division I schools play at a different level compared to anything else in the NCAA. I would have to go with that, and especially compared to some JUCOs, because I can only name maybe like 5 JUCOs that could probably honestly say would have a pretty good chance of being a D1 university. And I think it's friggin' awesome that you were able to do that. And so you're in artillery now.
Yeah, field artillery.
But you're a platoon leader for the artillery group?
Yeah, so since I'm an officer, you become like a platoon leader where you're, it can be for different branches, anything within the Army, like infantry, you're running soldiers on the ground. Luckily mine, I didn't want to walk on the ground that much, so we ride vehicles.
Save your knees.
Yeah, you know, I already have one blown out. So. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a platoon leader in the field artillery over in Oklahoma. We deal with kind of MLRS, which is multi-launcher rocket systems. Shoot rockets down range. So we're kind of like, say if you want to dumb down sense, not insulting any intelligence or anything, but like you have infantry and we're behind the infantry blowing up whatever's in front so the infantry can move through.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so we're at a distance, like we could be, like with some of our rockets, I'm going to use miles, we could be 20, 40 miles back, or if you're using missiles, like ATACMs, you can be 100, 183 miles back.
Oh, wow.
And just laying them down range on a grid square.
And I remember you were showing me these videos before we started this podcast, and like, they blend in.
Yeah.
They blend in the background, for those of y'all that don't understand what I'm saying, is like you're showing me his phone and I'm maybe like 3 feet away and I just see something slow moving, but like I can't even make out that it's a missile launcher because if that thing you're done. Like I don't even.
No, yeah. I mean, you obviously can hear when a rocket is sent down range, but and those things are probably 50 tons. But like because usually what they do is like they kind of just like hide and then they pop out, shoot, boom, come back, go back and hides. And that's like common knowledge. You can just look up videos on how they do it. It's pretty sweet. It's surreal. Like, because I remember I was thrown in there as a platoon leader. Like, graduated West Point. I went to my field artillery officer school, and everything they teach us in field artillery officer school is cannons. So it's like cannons and rockets are different. Where cannon, it looks like think about like an old cannon, you know.
Yeah.
But probably 10 times the size of that, and they shoot a big missile. And then with rockets, you're just in a vehicle and moving around, everything like that. And everything they taught us was cannons. And they're like, oh, yeah, you're going to a rocket unit. I was like, you didn't teach me that? So I had to learn everything on the spot. I had to trust my PSG. And kind of learn the ropes of that. So I'm still learning. You still learn every day of what things to do. You learn so much from these soldiers. Like, it's like I'm back there just pretty much like planning trainings and their schedules and stuff like that. And then, but like those soldiers, like they run everything. Like they know how to work. They know how to fix, maintain, operate all the vehicles we do. So you just tell them what to, like, you just say, hey, you need to go to this like grid, like boom, 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 they'll be over there.
Oh, wow.
Like, so it's like I don't even like touch really the rocket launchers that much unless we're doing like maintenance and stuff like that. But like, yeah, no, it was a whole learning process. I'm still learning on it.
Dang. So you're in year 2 out of your 5 years of service.
Mm-hmm.
What do you plan on doing after? Or what do you want to do?
I'm gonna kind of let the experience dictate itself in regards if I wanted to keep on going or not to go to a captain career course. If not, I'll probably do something. I want to do something in business, kind of with my organizational psychology degree. I feel like that'll help translate to maintaining a business or some type of. Don't really want to be in. I don't know what I want to do really. Not like an entrepreneur type business, but like build something of my own. But I wouldn't mind going into some company or something like that.
You feel like you'd stay in Oklahoma?
No, I'm getting out of Oklahoma. I'm going back to Texas.
I'm
I'm already in Texas because Dallas is only like what 2 hours away, 2:30 away from us. So I'm already there.
Yeah, you go there every now and then.
Every now and then, whenever I can get away and I'm good to leave. If like someone can't like back me up back in the rear when I'm gone, then I won't go. But spontaneous trips, maybe for a football game or two.
Okay, so dragging it back to baseball, this is kind of one of the more informative sides of the podcast, but like, what do you think helped you get recruited or tipped you to the next level? Or do you think it was like talent? Was it work ethic? Was it something you learned? Like when you were going through, I guess right before you went through the recruiting process and during the recruiting process, what made you separate yourself from everyone else?
So I think what separated a lot was, and I feel like it's kind of like a gloating on myself, but I felt like I had a good work ethic going in. Mm-hmm. And strangely enough, like my dad kind of ran me on a military schedule without me knowing I was going to go in the Army. I couldn't do anything on the weekends without getting my workouts done, and then I could finally leave the house.
I'm pretty sure I would see you at the zone with your dad.
We were up there like either at nighttime or at daytime. Usually on the weekends it was daytime, so you can go play golf or something.
Yeah.
But I think it was with work ethic, and that's how I kind of honed my skills, because I felt like I was pretty decent skills-wise, but yeah, my physical appearance probably didn't help. And I guess with my recruiting,
I thought you were very skillful, because like the way you fielded ground balls was beautiful. It was like water, and then your swing was probably my favorite thing. You probably had one of the smoothest right-handed swings I've ever seen, because lefties have it.
They already have it smooth.
It's born that way. Like righties, it's a little bit more dysfunctional. But yeah, you probably had one of the smoothest right swings, and I was like, oh damn,
appreciate it.
I was like, put that swing on my body. I was like, we're going places. It's like
no, we were always at the zone back then. I mean, luckily he threw us a key there, and I was able to go there either at nighttime, and we would probably go. I wasn't able to go 2 days without hitting, because then I'd be out of rhythm. And I could feel when I was out of rhythm. So I wouldn't go more than 2 days. So if I missed one day, I had to go hit that next day. Somewhere, somehow, I need to get that rhythm
whether
back.
Whether it's a dry hack or whatever, yeah.
Dry hack or something. I didn't like dry hacks because people say you don't want to watch the ball, but like that's how I can see what I'm doing. If whatever the spin's coming off the ball like that. See like how I'm working, try to aim at targets and stuff like that. But yeah, going recruiting, like one weird thing that my dad always, God bless that he thought of it. So like if I went to like a showcase at a college, like I'm not going to stand out. Like, I may like stand out maybe with the tangibles and stuff like that, but like I wasn't running the fastest 60. We both know that.
Probably not.
But like what I would do is I would actually go to the camps, like the instructional camps, which it was with the coaches or like the coaching staff and stuff like that, or you get other coaches in running those instructional camps.
Oh,
so you're
actually one-on-one with them.
You're one-on-one with them. You're talking to them. they're working drills with you.
They're
They're working
engaged,
their
yeah.
drills with you, watching you skills, watching you be adjustable.
Most of the
watching you-
kids are just learning or something
They're
like
just
that.
learning,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
I felt like I was one of the better kids at those camps, so it's like they could see you be coachable, and they're like, boom, okay, now you're on the radar. So that's how we kind of got on the radar.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty smart. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I know, something that Britt thought
I
about.
probably would have been pissed. I'd be like, what am I doing here with all these people?
I mean, that happened at first, and then my dad was like, kind of explaining it, but it was like, you get more one-on-one because like you go to these big like now national showcases, they're looking at the 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2" guys.
Well, I mean, even as a coach myself, when I coach at DBAT, Humble, like for a couple days a week, I'll get a kid that doesn't know, and he clearly needs someone to teach him how to swing, and then I'll get like sometimes, very rare, I'll get like a high schooler that swings good or a middle schooler that swings really good. I'm like, I can do something with this. Like, so there's potential here. Like, I was like, I get more excited and I want to coach that kid even more than being like, all right, dude, like, you have to stay inside the ball, stop wrapping around, stand through this. Like, you know, like instead of like tweaking him and like actually fixing him, like you get somebody like that, like you to show up to me, and I'd be like,
so now you add your spice to it, and then they see you're coachable, and then you come in. So that's how I was kind of got my name out, really. And then once I left the organization in Kingwood, and I started playing for Houston Kyle Chapman, and that was when Kyle Chapman was kind of hot.
Yeah,
you didn't like Kyle Chapman?
No, they were our rival.
Oh,
because I was the Heat, you were Kyle Chapman,
oh,
and
yeah.
the Columbia Angels was like a three,
like
a trifecta type.
So the Heat and the Columbia Angels weren't really a big thing when I was there.
Oh, really? They're already on the downhill.
Yeah, so I joined Kyle Chapman my sophomore year, just because of just exposure wise. Still maintained good relationship with the old organization and everything, but we're like, hey, we're trying to get some more exposure because they were still upbringing theirs. But yeah, I was going through there, and they already have a lot of connections with, and everywhere we went in the Premier League, which is a pretty good select Premier League, you get your name out through there too.
Oh wow, that's pretty awesome. Now I think about it. So, what would be your advice for these upcoming high schoolers to get recruited? Like, what would you, if you could tell a high schooler one thing, like here, you have to do this to get recruited, or this will help you get recruited, what would that be? Or it could be several things. You know.
I mean, I wouldn't say like to help get recruited, coaches can see your work ethic. And you also have to they can see when you're going to hustle around, when you're going to walk around, they see all that. And that's just like the small things that you got to do. Like running around is obviously this thing, even if you're a catcher, run to the home plate and back. But I would say they can see your work ethic, and when they're going to call someone to recruit you, they're going to see that. They're going to talk about his work ethic and everything. And so what I always thought was in baseball and in school was if I didn't work and I failed at whatever I was going to do, did I do as much as I could? If I did as much as I could and I failed, then I would be okay with. I'll be like, all right, I tried, I failed. It's baseball. But if I did something, if I decide not to do anything and I failed, I'd be like, I could have done that. Maybe that could have helped me there. It's like as simple as trying to go study for a test. Are you going to study for a test or are you going to party? Yeah. And you failed the test and you went and partied. Okay, that's on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't That's one thing. Even if whatever tier you make it to, just I think it just starts with your work ethic. Honestly. No,
I think that's really good advice.
Because honestly, how I know, we're always kind of big on our name. You're playing for the name on your front, but you're also representing what your name on the back is too.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah.
That's how people are going to know you.
Representation of who you are. Absolutely. So.
And I think that if you have good work ethic, it's gonna show.
Right. Or at least you have a better chance for sure.
You have a better chance because better work ethic is going to make you better. It's just a trindle effect. Yeah.
All right, so now we get to the part of my favorite part of the podcast that we're starting to do now. I want one of your favorite baseball experiences or times, and then I want your favorite college experience. And it does not have to be baseball related. It can be. So they're gonna give me I want two things. Favorite baseball experience, one of your favorite baseball experiences, and then your favorite college experience.
I think one of my favorite baseball experiences, and I'm not counting the championships we won or the like kind of bonds that we had. I would think it would be something as small as like when we went to go play A&M. All my friends go to college there.
Yeah.
I'm on the other side of the dugout. My dad's in the parking lot having like a little like Army baseball tailgate. All my like old high school friends are there. My family's there.
Everyone was there for you.
Everyone. It was just like so like that's the stuff that brings a tear to my eyes.
Yeah.
It's like seeing the people that support you. Like seeing my dad like on the grass over in the right field. My dad's sitting with my buddies, drinking beer, shooting the shit with them. Like that was really really fun. Yeah, I think that was some of probably the best baseball experiences. Is just like coming back. Not only you're representing the Army, you're representing with all your friends and everything. That was always really fun. I was really excited for the trip.